What is going on, guys? Jason Rosati here, and I am so excited that you're seeing this in the new Facebook group. What we're going to be doing is going over 5 essential habits to fat loss. And today, we're going to cover the first one, which is going to be sleep. Now, sleep is very important, and there's also other habits, but today we're just going to go over sleep. Now, the rest of the 4 habits are going to be put into this group within the next couple of weeks. So make sure that you stay tuned. You can turn on post notifications and you'll be able to see when they release. So for now though, let's get into our first topic, which is sleep. Sleep is a habit that most people do not think much about. We live in a very busy society where people will sacrifice their sleep in their busy schedule. They want to try to fit in some other things. They will sacrifice their sleep first, and that's why sleep deprivation is skyrocketing and is the biggest that it's been in probably in the entire human history. Now, what we're going to do is go over how much sleep do you need? Why do we want this amount of sleep? How to get more and better quality sleep? And what are the side effects of sleep deprivation? So, firstly, how much sleep? Research shows that 7 to 9 hours a night of blissful sleep in REM sleep, that is going to be the best quality for you. The problem is that especially nowadays, people on average get about maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for most people is like a high number. If you get 7, that's like a pretty impressive amount of sleep. But we need to try to crank those numbers up, people. We want to try to set ourselves up for success. If we want to burn the most amount of fat, build the most amount of muscle, and get ourselves into the best shape and the best feeling, we need to start to prioritize sleep more. And as you start to learn a little bit more about sleep, you're going to find that sleep is going to be incredibly helpful to actually improving your productivity. So 7 to 9 hours a night of blissful sleep, with also throughout the day, you can have a 15 to 30 minute power nap. So that means, let's say you're somebody that works a 9 to 5. You wake up at 7 a.m. and you're somebody that, maybe you go to the gym at night. A lot of people find it helpful that they take a 15 to 30 minute rest on their lunch break in between their work shift. Or if you're not able to do that, then what you can do is after work, take a 15 to 30 minute snooze, and then you're on your way to the gym, feeling refreshed and feeling focused. This is actually primed in humans in their brain to actually need that rest, usually around the afternoon time, to give your body that break, let your body chill out a bit, you'll be refreshed and refocused to be productive for the rest of the day. Now, why do we want this sleep? Why do we want this quality of sleep? Well, it aids in recovery. And recovery is everything. We put our bodies through stress. We put our mind through stress throughout the day when we're establishing tasks. We need to recover from that. That way we feel fresh and focused and ready to keep going. That's going to aid in our recovery of muscle tissue, which, as we know, the more muscle that you have, the faster your metabolism is going to be, which is going to improve the rate of your fat loss. Also, your body burns fat during sleep. So the more sleep that you get, the more fat you're going to burn. If you're sleeping 6 hours a night right now, and you bump that up to 7, over the course of 1 week, it's almost like you're sleeping 8 days. You're going to be getting 7 more hours of sleep. That's an extra night of sleep by just adding 1 hour of sleep per night. Over time, over the months and the year to come, that's going to be a lot of extra sleep. That's a lot of extra time for fat loss, guys. A lot of extra time for fat loss. It also improves our cognitive function, which means that when you're at work, you won't have that brain fog, which is one of the side effects of sleep deprivation. In sleep deprivation, you're going to be decreased in awareness. You're not going to know what's going on. You're not going to feel like you're in the moment. You're not going to be as focused as you'd like to be because you're too busy thinking about how bad you want to hit the hay when you get home. Another increase is in productivity. If you're able to have more energy and more focus, whatever task that you need to get done, you're gonna accomplish that task way faster, way more effectively, way more efficiently, and with better quality because you're more focused. You could probably get more done. See, this is the thing. We sacrifice sleep to get more done, but we could probably get more done if we were well rested. And wouldn't we want to feel better in our lives and not feel so tired all the time? This also leads into having a less likely to get injured when we do have more restful sleep, which can lead into having harder recovery when you're sleep deprived. Now, if you're sleep deprived, you're going to be at way more risk of injury. You're going to be working out, you're not going to be feeling as strong, you're not going to be able to get in proper positioning, and bam, you might pull a muscle, you might hurt one of your joints, or it might even be something that happens slowly over time as your body is failing to recover and you continue to push it. You may find that you get injured after a while, and we don't want that, because if you get injured, then you're not going to be able to continue to go to the gym, and you can't make gains and you can't lose fat if you're just sitting in bed all day. Well, technically you can, but it's going to be way harder. And like I said, we're in this to have fun with it. We want to have fun. We want to have a lot of energy. We want to live our life to the fullest. We want to have the biggest amount of confidence. We want to be feeling good about ourselves. And it's very hard to feel really good about yourself and feel focused and can't wait to get the results that you're looking for when you're tired all the time. So that's why we're trying to get this priority set. So Jason, you might be thinking, Jason, how do I get more of it? How do I get better quality sleep? Isn't this, I have a hard time falling asleep. Well, we're going to go over that right now. How to get more and better quality sleep. First thing, get off the phone and TV. Your phone screen, the TV screen, kills melatonin production, which is the sleep hormone. With this, if you were to be on your phone, latest research shows that if you are on your phone, it will take up to 3 hours for your body to produce melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that gets our body primed for sleep. It starts to get produced and we start to feel good and we start to feel ready to go to bed. We start to get tired, we start yawning. When you're on the phone, when you're on the TV, that's going to be a lot harder to do. So we need to try to work on maybe cutting back a little bit on the TV and phone, maybe putting your phone in a different room. Like for me, I'm going to go off camera for a sec. So I got this alarm clock here that just is like a manual alarm clock. I like to keep my phone either turned off or in a different room because I just don't want to have to touch it. I also don't want to touch it in the morning either, but that's a whole separate thing where if you have your phone in the morning, you're going to become more reactive, but it's a whole different story. I just try to keep my phone out so that way I don't touch it at night and I can just relax myself and get to sleep. Also, have a stretch. If you stretch yourself out a little bit, maybe you do like a little bit of light yoga, you can stretch out your muscles, you'll be a lot less tense. And if your muscles are tense, you may have a hard time falling asleep. So if we can stretch a little bit, we'll try to relax it. Another thing that you want to try to keep in mind of is having a sleep schedule. Now, a sleep schedule is very simple to make. Think to yourself and ask yourself, what time do I need to wake up? If you work a 9 to 5, maybe you need to wake up at 7 a.m. or maybe you need to wake up at 6 or 5 a.m. because you want to go to the gym beforehand. Calculate a time that you would like to wake up. Think about your dream schedule. Think about your dream lifestyle and what time would you want to wake up? Now with that in mind, give yourself the 7 to 9 hours. If you're going to wake up at 7, try to be in bed by 10:30, 11. That way you're able to stay in that range, and if you can, get to bed by 10. Put yourself into bed, let your body rest. Maybe a lot of the times people have anxiety before they go to sleep and they have a hard time relaxing their mind, relaxing their muscles. So what you can do is for resting your mind, meditation, very, very powerful habit. Very, very powerful stuff. Really helps you become more aware, helps you to believe in yourself a little bit more. I use an app called Headspace. They have a lot of really cool meditations to help you fall asleep or for anything else that you'd like to do. But you can also look on YouTube. You can do a quick YouTube search, sleep meditation, and you're going to get tons of different examples and different types of meditations that you may find to your liking. You can also listen to sleep music, is always good to help just relax yourself. But then what we can get into, if you're still having a hard time, we can get into supplementation, which what I would recommend is there's 2 different types that can help you get to sleep. One is just going to be full spectrum CBD oil that you can put underneath your tongue. It will help your muscles relax, it will decrease your anxiety, and it will help you get into better sleep. I usually would prefer to go for the full spectrum and go for the oil versus like the gummies or the candy, because this is going to this is the best bioavailability, and it's also going to reduce inflammation way more efficiently, because it has the best bioavailability compared to like the gummies. The gummies, they're still candy at the end of the day, and they can still cause inflammation in your gut. So I always prefer the full spectrum. Also, another thing to start supplementing with if you have a hard time, and this is a good way to get your sleep schedule intact, is supplementing with straight melatonin. So let's say you're somebody that wakes up at 6 a.m. and you're currently going to bed at about 12 o'clock. If you go to bed at 10 o'clock the next day, your body is not in that habit, and you may have a hard time actually getting to sleep. So by supplementing with melatonin, you can train your body that, okay, I'm actually going to start to produce melatonin at this time. So if you're trying to get to bed at 10 o'clock instead of 12 o'clock, maybe try to take the melatonin around 9:30 so it starts to settle inside your brain. Also, if you are changing a huge drastic change to your sleep schedule, let's say, same example, you're going to bed at 12, you wake up at 6, and you want to go to bed at 10, try going to bed at 11:30 for a couple nights, and then a couple nights after that, you got to go to bed at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and then you do 10:30 and then 10. So you can actually ease your way into it. That's the best way to build a habit, is to ease your way into things. The last thing I can recommend before you go to bed is taking a hot shower or a hot bath. Even though it's a lot of heat, study actually shows that we can increase or decrease our body's core temperature, and that can give us an easier time falling asleep, relaxing our minds, relaxing our muscles, and we will be feeling excellent after that. And then hopefully you can actually start to relax a little bit and you can fall asleep. So just to quickly recap how much sleep: 7 to 9 hours a night. You want to go for about a 15 to 30 minute power nap throughout the day. Why? It aids in recovery. It improves cognitive function. It increases your productivity. Less likely to get injured. And how to get more? Get off the phone, have yourself a stretch, and have a sleep schedule. Meditate, supplementation with the CBD oil or the melatonin, and you can even give yourself a hot shower or a hot bath. Alright, so that's everything that I wanted to cover up on this board. Essentially what I really wanted to say is that your habits is what's going to dictate if you're going to lose body fat, if you're going to build muscle, if you're going to get in the best shape of your life. You need to make small little changes to certain things, and that is something that we're going to go over in the next couple of weeks. So we're focused in on our sleep. Maybe this will inspire you guys to try to get a little bit more, and we can focus in on the other habits, one habit at a time, so we can start to see these little changes on a day-to-day basis, so we can see drastic changes with the months and years to come. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Jason Rosati signing out, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.